Good morning, everyone. Do I have everything? I do have everything. I have my coffee right here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Um, so we've got about 29 minutes until the market opens, and I'm kind of running through what's getting moves this morning. There's a really quite a significant bounce out of Oklo today. The thing is, when I look at this daily chart, it does not look like the selling's done. It doesn't look like it's quite found a bottom. Oh, that's bullish, bouncing off that bullish GMA. So maybe I'll just set an alert at 140. I don't feel any pressure to be the first one in this. 36 is like a nice gap fill up there, but so I'm gonna keep running through some of these charts. Although there's some pretty nice setups that we've already got here. I mean, this honestly, this looks pretty interesting. Two, you got kind of like this bull flag structure here. What is this company again? Oh, there's semiconductor company. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly like a beautiful move. It's running pretty hot into the open. I think there's easier stuff to play than this. But we'll set an alert from the all-time high. I'll probably do a pullback. Keep an eye on it tomorrow. Irene getting a bump. Oh, let me make sure the streams are working. Let me just share this real quick. That shared. Did my headset just die? Well, that's just wunderbar. Just wunderbar. I'm gonna play some music. Man, there's all kinds of things actually moving this morning, I guess, on good CPI data. Gosh, there's a solid momentum move from Quantum, but I'd rather just let it make its move and look for shorts. They're a little too garbage for me to play those to the upside. SMR looks actually quite a bit easier than Okla probably to play. But we already got some setups here that look a little bit easier than that. APLD. It's looking pretty good. Run also hit my radar. I don't think I really like that one. Plug's also up here though. Plug is probably almost good. we claimed 335, and I didn't see this on the morning watch list, but I wonder. I mean, this honestly looks interesting too. RR. Let's clean this up a little bit. Give me a clear higher high, and I like that one. So that my pan needs to cook just a little bit more. Yes. And E. Man, just a straight up vertical move. With an 82 RSI into the open. I feel like that was gonna like get sold into the open. I don't know. You got 12 minutes to kind of back test a bit and resolve that. If it can back test and hold 137, I actually do like it. Um, you know what? I'm gonna add this to the watch list for today. I mean, this as well looks like actually this might be better than I think it is. Mm, Ford had good earnings and GM had good earnings. Pretty interesting. It looks like it's recovering, but there's not much to do there. Oh, I totally forgot to. Oh, I almost sent the morning watch list without finishing it. Didn't mean to do that. Let's copy the link over. Got 8 minutes until the market open. Let me see if there's any chats or questions. I don't see anything. I will be watching if you have a question. Apple's kind of meh. I will say, let's look at BM&R with I mean, honestly, Bitcoin's starting to improve here. It's like the RSI structure looks starting to look a little better. And I've been crazy bearish on this, but it's been sideways long enough now here that it's starting to actually show signs of life. This is still really concerning, quite honestly. Like a flip here could easily lead to a move like this. But it is looking a little bit better. Let's look at this in the 15-minute time frame here. I mean, you're sneaking up on the bottom of the wedge here. I don't know. I'm still not ready to take it. This still doesn't look that great. Something like ETHA look any better? Not really. You know, you'd rather see this over, what is this, 31? Yeah. I think that's what you'd rather see and make an attempt from there. Let's take a look. SPY kind of continuing the run up. I think Intel might be an interesting short, quite honestly. You know what? I'm going to call this good for the daily watch list. We only got 5 minutes left, so let me get this uploaded in the Discord. So, my top focus for today, actually, honey. We definitely want honey here. So, TEM, I only like to downside. Let's get AMD up here. IBM, I'm not really looking for a day two. I think CrowdStrike at this all-time high looks more appealing. We've already got the breakout, so maybe on a dip, I think it looks good. We want to watch Tesla. Not too interested in Intel. The earnings was actually pretty awful. Awful isn't the right word. It just wasn't great. And then Hood looks really good here. So let's keep an eye on these ideas. To the open. Look at Netflix here. There might be a short off the open for Netflix, but it's a bit tough. Might want to be a bit late to that. So it's basically, yeah, it's basically under that previous day's lows. You're not gonna want to take it before then, because what it can do is just form a double bottom there in reverse. So that's what you're gonna want to see. Okay. The video was a big move. Let's look at bonds with the big move. Explosive move. Would really prefer us to see hold it. Yeah. Dollar just still chopping. It's nothing. Nothing. The 10 years back under 4%. It's still in this wedge pattern. You still have this wedge here. It looks like it's trying to break down on the wedge. Nope, still there. Still no resolution to that formation. All right, market's about to open. So let the fun begin. I guess the one thing I should have. Let's take a quick look here. We got 10 seconds. I wanted to see how NEM resolved. Not great. Then we shall let that rest. We are open here. A lot of this stuff is running hot, hot, hot. Netflix did have that great short off the open, actually. Look at that. Let's see if it forms a double bottom or if we get a continuation. With a lot of this stuff, oh, Tesla looks really good here. Tesla looks, so that's a pretty big breakout through 450 for Tesla. Let's see if it can hold. If it can hold, it can go pretty nuts over the next week or so. So we're getting a lot of back test moves. Netflix breaking that low. It's a pretty major low. Let's zoom in on this chart and, let's see if we can get another candle to confirm it. Or if it bounces out of here. Um, Shoot, this thing is moving, and I'm taking too long to figure out what I want to buy. AMD looks really good here. AMD calls. Um, Man, it's running really hot though. Maybe we'll look for a back test, but that's probably gone. I'm looking at some crowd swings actually here though. Um, Maybe some December contracts. Trying to figure out what I'd like to buy. I might even just buy November because this thing looked really good on a shorter time frame here. I'm coming in just a tad late, but looks fine. Looks like I could get like we should see a really nice continuation from here. So let me set up some November calls for crowd. It might backtest some here, but it looks really good. I wouldn't mind it pulling all the way back even to like the previous day's highs. You know, I'm gonna give this room to breathe. I might add on dips on this idea, or even buy some Decembers on dips. I don't hate that at all. Tesla selling off here some. Let's take a closer look at this. We're gonna go pull back all the way to 440 and then move. It's possible. Spy still running really hot here. AMD going nuts. Honestly, it's hard to make this a top focus coming into the day because it's already running so hot off the open. And here, like I'd rather wait for a dip. Netflix defended that previous day's low, which is a major level that it needed to defend. Hood getting a good move off the open as well. Maybe I'm a little too slow today. I am pretty sleepy. Take another sip of coffee. Amazon with a great move here, but let's take a closer look. Yeah, this thing just gets easier to play through 228. So if I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take small sizing, and then I'll size up over 228. It is running pretty hot. I mean, honestly, that's a bullish divergence on the 15 and the on the 65 and the 15 minute here to break new highs but not become as overbought. All right, let's keep an eye on this thing. I feel like it's gonna give us like a nice back test before the real move. Tesla defending this, which it needs to. This is you gotta watch this thing like a hawk. Reclaim that high a day. It can go nuts. And maybe it needs next till next week to get that move. But Tesla's top watch for me. There is a lot of FOMO here. I'm getting an alert on 4. Oh, I should give here. This is small starter. out there. What is this? A reclaim of support? Yeah. And it's got a nice turn on the daily. Okay, here's something that looks interesting. Shop also giving a trigger here. Let me look at these 4 contracts real quick though. These spreads are awful. Awful. Let's set another alert over this recent high and see if this thing can make a higher high, if there's some more, if these spreads can tighten up a bit. Shop with a standout move. Hello, soldier. When's earnings? Early November. Ooh, we're running hot into that. We're running hot into that. You're near your 2021 high. Oh, baby. I'll tell you what, that all-time high is something I'd love to play. I don't think I chase it too hard here, though. Everything's running very, very hot. Tesla coming back. Maybe test that 240. Maybe chase that 440. Can we get a good bounce off that 440? Everyone that FOMO'd in yesterday is panicking out. But I'm looking to add. AMD's just nuts, man. AMD is just nuts. Let me get the 65-minute here on Honeywell and see if this is pulling back to that support yesterday. Where we got that plunge. You can even pull back to 215, and I still like this idea, this long idea. Yeah, I think I try at like 214.50, or I take it into the momentum on the double top there. Let's get the 5-minute chart here for AMD and then look for a dip buy. Crowd looks great here. I mean, that RSI is a little spooky. You know, it doesn't have much room. A lot of this stuff, you're stretching that rubber band, man. And the more you stretch that, yikes. The R ball here is amazing for crowd though. Even Tesla starting to get better, so I think buyers are about to step in on this. So let's keep an eye on it. That's a nice 6-point move out of AMD though. That's real nice. Let's take a look at NVIDIA, because we did have a NVIDIA alert go off. Yeah, it's a pretty big key level break. It's starting to look good. We broke back into the bullish wedge on SPX rather. All right, we're officially green. We haven't gone green on the daily since early October. Honestly, we haven't flipped from red to green since April. So upside is what's favored here. Without a doubt. I would prefer to see these CrowdStrike contracts pull back a little bit more than they are. Let's zoom back in on Tesla. Let's see what we got here. It's pretty extended to the downside. Well, you guys are really panicking out of this Tesla. Holy cow. But I think I'm not opposed to adding here. I need some music. Oh, this position's moving well. TMDX, we're up 25% there. We're also up 20, we're up 30% in Clove. Oh, this is looking really good. All right, we might want to add to this now that it's finally moving. Yeah, let's add to this. What did I have in the other account? I have the 3.5s. Oh, we're in the money on these. Oh. I'm gonna add to crowd swings here. Spy failing to break over that pre-market high. I don't like those long wicks at the high there. Makes me want to scalp some puts, but I'm just done a good job just sitting on hands and letting some of this stuff move and breathe. So I think we're gonna keep doing that. Not getting filled on this crowd, but I'm not looking to chase super hard. TLT just selling right off on that move. They can't hold a pop at all. Tesla now tested this low of the day. Yeah, all it did was revisit its bearish EMA and then kind of come down some more. It's not really what you want to see. So what I'm gonna do is adjust here. And what I'm gonna do on Tesla here is I'm actually gonna add to my, I'm gonna cut my weeklies, I'm gonna add to my monthlies. Here. You really don't want to see Spike not break that high because now what you're likely to do from here is just chop. This is gonna be really lame. Close still just running with it. I'm gonna let that one win. Let that winner win. What's going on with nothing yet? I like this name. I have a bunch of leaps here, and I've been slowly adding to them. Not a lot of volume, but I don't know. Video, you guys watching this stream, you watched Angel Studio stuff at all? Me and my wife have been watching some of their stuff. It's been good. It's tempting to take some clove off, but I'm gonna continue to hold that up 80% here. Tesla testing that 440, pretty big level here. This thing is more oversold than it was after the earnings sell off. I did get filled on crowd, by the way. Nice. It's not what you want to see on Netflix if you're a bull. Us kind of get that full bounce up, but then just get a denial under basically off turning that pre-market support into resistance is awful, really awful. Man, if you took AMD this morning, you were doing beautifully. And it was a top watch for us, and I guess I was just a little too sleepy. It's a pretty big break, though. I mean, that looks gorgeous. That looks like a bull flag on the day. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pop up, consolidate. It gave one break and then immediately gets bought up, gaps up huge and gets continuation. This thing is hot. Super fire hot. I don't chase it here though. I do not chase it here though. Look at Ferrari here. Another gap up. I have some swing calls here out of the hole. I bought the dip. And this is looking really good here. Honestly. Oh, add here. Let's look at CNA too. I don't like how that looks because I'm short here. How's that position doing? It's fine, actually. I'm gonna hold. I have some monthly puts there, and I'm gonna keep those up with the Tesla calls on the other side of it. Gold down again. Are we gonna get a pullback all the way to 360? Because that would be glorious. And I would be down to buy that with size. Even GDX here, I started buying some December calls. You know what, man? I want to add to these GDX December calls. And I'll keep slow buying these. You know, like, this might spook you, but I'm gonna keep playing this until we if we hit until we hit new highs and RSI doesn't. So if we see something like this, that's when I'll start to get worried and I won't buy dips. But so long as you continue to get this confirmation of the momentum, um, I'm gonna keep playing this and be a dip buyer here. Yeah, it looks like there's more downside, so that's fine. I'm not gonna all in here. I'm just gonna small add. I got a question here. Members happy about the clove move. We were looking for this dip after we got this move that created this kind of like cup and handle looking formation. Honestly, this looks like a head and shoulders that's now breaking out of the neckline. But you got the daily flipping here positive and the weekly flipping in tandem with one another, which is typically works better. I mean, what's this thing's market cap? Yeah, it has the win rate on that setup, on that momentum setup for swings is best when you're over $2 billion market cap and then it improves slightly over 5 billion too. But here it's really good. Let me do a small ad in a minute. I'm a little bummed about this because I wish I would have noticed that pre-market break, but I just didn't review it this morning because I would have added a little bit earlier than this. But honestly, still here, it looks really good. It's like when you get the daily and the weekly breaking in tandem here, usually you got a 2 week continuation. The only thing that might throw that off is this earnings, but this setup is really strong. So it's above a 70% win rate, with an average return of 60%. I mean, it looks like Tesla's doing a nice consolidation here. I mean, this thing getting this oversold here is a great sign, actually. That's right off your 65-minute bullish EMA. We can get a turn. I'm going to add again to the swings. But we'll see. We want to see it actually turn. Even with Tesla kind of doing dirty things to me right now, we're up on the day nicely. Pretty much across the board. For the clove I bought today, I bought the $5 for January, and then in our small account challenge, we own the 3.5 calls for December. Why is my year-to-date profits bugged? That's weird. That's really weird. Why is it like that? Let me yeah, I'll move this over. I'll move this over for the stream. And let me check. Do I have the cutoff here? I do. Okay. Yeah. So I can do this. So this is our small account challenge. I don't know why this is bugged, but we're up over 100% on the small account here. We have Clove, Carvana, GDX, NEM. We have Nano Dimensions. We're still up on this one overall. In fact, maybe I can add. We can't do. Whew, yeah, we're getting bodied on Tesla, this small account. But we're up overall. I wish it would show you guys that we're up over 100% here on this account. But this is the positions that I have currently. This biotech name I really like, by the way. We just bought some shares here, and I'm fine adding some more, in fact. And we've been slowly adding to GDX and to the down move with time. And I'm actually fine, adding some more here soon as well. TLT is a bummer. I might cut TLT. We got a poor fill on race, but I still like it. We're overall in profits on Nano Dimension. This is some that have time, so these are some monthlies that we just are letting run here. VKTX, this is something that we've had on for most of the year. They got hit hard by the sell-off, but they were down 99%. Now they're down 74%. One headline could send those back into the green, so we'll just keep them on. But yeah, that's what's going on in the small account right now. Let me. But that's a challenge we've been running with Discord members where we've been sharing. I've been sharing every transaction I make, the exact amount of contracts I take, and teaching people how to manage risk in that. And those are always fun to do, right? So we started with like $1,000. We're at 3K now. Even though the current positions look awful, it's been just fine. It's been just a fun. We are a little bit low on cash though, so this is where I'm gonna start looking at some of this and figuring out if I want to adjust stuff. Like maybe that TLT is not doing too hot. However, I do like it into rate cuts, and honestly, the structure looks fine ish. You break 91, and I might start cutting stuff. But it looks fine here. Honestly, your monthly's breaking out. Is it about to flip? We'll just keep an eye on it. We'll just keep an eye on it. I didn't realize that we're down overall on Tesla and the small account. That's probably the stock I've made more off of than any other stock. I guess the small account's just been unlucky with Tesla. It's kind of funny. Ooh, Tesla, we gotta wake up. Maybe I see you defending 440 like you're supposed to. Look at that. Can you pop over the CMA? Your 5 minute TTM is reversing, and your RVOL has been steadily climbing all day. New buyers coming in and buying the dip. This is looking exciting. Do I wanna try maybe some more ads on my monthlies? Actually, with the averaging that we did in the main account, we're up. So that's cool. I think. I mean, the persistent strength here from nothing pulling back. This is getting interesting. If I had more cash in the small account, I'd want to put on some of these. You know what? I should probably put on some of these crush rakes. Even though we're gonna low on cash balance, I could sell some stuff. We have a really nice balance in this small account right here, where if things do want to melt down, we have some great continuations. If Tesla can get over that high, by the way, I would take some. I'll get back in weeklies, but for now, let's take a look at crowd. Uh, no, for the small account, we're gonna have to wait till next week. We can't add here. It'll backtest this. Maybe it runs another 5 points and then does a backtest, but I want to buy a dip. I'm just more comfortable buying dips when you're so extended from your EMAs there. If I buy it now, it feels like too much FOMO. I mean, honestly, same thing for Clove, but the setup on Clove is so good long term that any dips that don't break this trigger, so like if it dips like 350, but this is still getting the confluence on the daily and the weekly, I am more than okay adding to it. Yeah, looks good. You know what's tempting here is to try some um the try spy put. I'm gonna try a spy put and zero DTE put and a few of them, and then if we break the all-time high, I'll stop it. Uh, Not the all-time high. I meant the high day. Oh, Tesla. Hello, Tesla. Howdy. How you doing? Howdy do. What time frame is this? 10 minutes, 15 minutes. 15-minute turning? Oh, if I come in now, I am coming in a little early, but it does look really good. Maybe I'll just sit in what I got and I'll try not to overtrade it. Oh no. So like right here with SPY just holding this super overbought RSI, it's not getting any relaxation. So from here, it's just a pure risk reward trade where this is where the sellers are at that pre-market high, and we're looking for the rubber band to get snapped back. It's obviously bullish, but it's just a great risk reward to try the short here. I really like NEM here, and I'm trying to convince myself what I want to buy. I'm gonna buy some weeklies on NEM. I'm gonna keep it small though. I was thinking about setting up some swings, but honestly, for the swings, I would rather see I'd rather see this honestly like reclaim like 87. And it's best over 90. But let's try this. Um our puts are up 20% here. I don't really see a reason to exit here. I mean, exiting here is not a bad idea, but I kind of want to hold for the. Let's uh, let's kind of hold for a further breakdown. Honestly, now that we're getting, the 15 minute isn't giving up. Honestly, it's just pulling back to the bullish EMA. Um, maybe I should have taken that. Let's hold it a bit longer. I'm fine with just getting stopped out on this idea. Clove is just Clove doesn't give a shit. This looks so good. Things are finally relaxing after that morning FOMO. If you took that other order with me this morning, you're up 32% here on Clove. Okay, there's some nice plunge that's giving up this EMA on the 5 minute here. Our puts are printing. And I think this is actually where I want to take them. We'll call that a win on those. I don't want to get too greedy with it. It might pull back more, but you're just pulling back to the bullish EMA. The day's still bullish, so just a really nice, easy scalp. Um, Actually, that 1 minute giving up that confluence here. You're kind of giving up the trend on the day. I don't know about that actually. Like this never gave it up. If there's two pullback candles, so there's two dark green candles on the daily, I'd say top is in, but no, it still looks fine. Just a real simple short for a quick 30%. 24% actually. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear my wife play with my son? Good morning, Steve. Good morning. Read into the chats here. Oh, I guess I don't have kick up. And TikTok. Shutdown could drop GDP by 0.1% each week. More cuts. Intel got follow through after that pretty lame earnings. No, it didn't. What the hell is this headline? Oh, people are trading Beyond again for real? No, they aren't. What the hell are you talking about? You trolling me right now? Fucking stupid. You got me. You baited me. I was earlier this week. If you were watching the live stream, we sold calls into this, and it was easy. Well, I shouldn't say we. Abe did. But we haven't seen Abe this morning. Do I want to get Abe in here? I like this pullback on crowd as a point to add. This crowd setup on the daily is really great. And this might be where I want to add the longs. Like you see this looks like a really nice like cup and handle breakout to all-time highs. I mean, honestly, you have the daily and weekly like yeah, into this dip actually. This is where I'm gonna start putting this position on in the small account. You know, that same setup that we're getting that's triggering this clove move is what we're starting to get on crowd here. But it's gorgeous. What's the monthly look like here? Monthly also has so much more room to breathe. Getting the further pullback on SPY. I'm still fine with where we exited the puts. Ooh, Tesla being mean. Tesla being mean this morning. I'm still fine with these monthlies. I mean, this still looks great. I don't want to overreact to one day's price action. Oh, I gotta review this. I've been trying to sit in some calls on this, and I think I just gotta cut them all. I'm sick of waiting on this thing to move. I don't like how stagnant it's getting, and I'm seeing here that the momentum indicators are starting to fail. Sometimes that's just a fake out, and then it moves later, but I'm gonna call time of death on waiting on this thing, and then we'll set an alert over these highs. And I want to chase some actual momentum here. I'm sick of waiting on this thing to move. It's just That NEM that we bought earlier is up 25% here, looking really good. This thing's done a really great job of letting RSI relax. What do these look like for contracts? I wonder if these are mispriced after this period stagnation. Oh, not at all. Not at all. These premiums are still stupid high. I thought about coming in before my trigger with some swings, but I am actually definitely not going to do that. This? My word. Do you know what's tempting here? You know what's tempting here on this, with this looking like this, is buying up some shares and just collecting some income off the insane premiums here. These premiums are crazy. You can get paid $4 to own this stock, which is 400. I'm saying it's for you paid $400 for owning 100 shares of this. Because it looks like it's going to go through a period of consolidation with the weekly so high, but it's still clearly bullish. But you could sell those monthly. I mean, that's crazy high. That's 174%. You could even sell 10 points out of the money for $2. Yikes. If you're playing this, I hope you've got some sell side or you're praying spreads, because if this even just trades sideways, they're gonna rip premium out of this. It's gonna be ugly. Be cautious. That's a really nice blow. Well, that's a really, really great turn here. Oh, CEG, why are you running without me? Whoa, what a move. Wow, 6% today. This is one of my favorite stocks in the whole market, by the way. Bought it at 180 or 160. Oh, this might be a $600 stock, man. Well, there's a lot of really good stocks all reporting on the 4th. ATAI, the nice back test. We made a lot in the Discord off this one. We bought it like $2. This one, and MindMed, love them, love them, love them, love them. MindMed's my longest owned stock, actually. I owned it as a pink sheet. Hey guys, I don't really have um any comments. Oh, I'm gonna be able to add more to crowd. I probably won't add right here. I'll probably be just a little patient. But I really like. We talked about this earlier this morning, right? You know, a nice back test of that breakout level is perfectly fine, and adding there is really nice risk reward. I mean, honestly, you could come all the way back and test 517, and I wouldn't be too upset about it. If you do that, I'm gonna buy some size because then my stop is so small at that point. But I do not hate this pullback. This pullback looks like an opportunity. Close probably about to back test the bullshit man here. I don't want to do anything about it. Tesla's still trading for free as best it can. It's putting up a fight, duking it up. Anyone got any comments or chart they want me to look at or anything? Pretty boring so far. I mean, SPY had a breakdown, but it looks fine. Not much for day trades. Not looking to overtrade this stuff. I like what I have right now. I'm not really looking to overtrade it for stuff. Let's see if we've got any questions, any requests, comments, concerns, insults. Let's check the Discord. Dash? We can look at Dash. I mean, it's bearish here in the daily until it reclaims 267. When's earnings? Early November. This is another name where I wouldn't hate trying a short off of 263 and see if we could get a denial over the CMA into the CMA convergence. You know, with the economy slowing and with people not doing that hot, it's hard for me to imagine this company's not in some serious trouble. Whoops, I think I messed it up. I think it's this. Huh, that's tough. Um, so I'm gonna actually this counts probably wrong because this is probably 4. And this is probably 3. And this is probably 5. And this might be a weird ABC, a sideways one. It's possible for a B to go over 5. I would look for something like this. I really don't like. I really don't have the most confidence in this though. I mean, it's a clear ABC here. There's clear ABC here. There's a clear 5-wave pattern within this. I mean, that's what I would see as I want to see 240 become a bottom. I don't know. It's still not, even though that's what I have here charted, I don't think I would short it here yet. I think I'd look for that denial of 262. I think that's what I would do. Stuff pulling back here. You're finally getting that break confirmation on SPY. There might be another short here. Actually, not quite yet, according to the 10-minute. 10-minute says, hold up. We need two of these before we say hi, it's in for the day. I wonder what's generating this. Hmm. Nothing's too obvious to me. Nothing looks easy. We'll probably end the stream here. We've done a full hour and a half here, and I don't see too much. Nothing's screaming at me for a play here. A lot of this is just consolidating within ranges on the day. So unless there's some sort of catalyst that really pushes us through some of these levels, we'll probably just chop for the rest of the day. And even with some of this stuff pulling back, like it's still clearly bullish market here. That's all I got. Pretty light day. Interview plays, letting some long term stuff just play out, do its thing. I could have been a little bit more aggressive on AMD this morning. Honestly, I mean, no, I really should be a bit tougher on myself because honestly, you opened right at that high, right off that key level. And then you came back and you back tested it. The only thing is that I don't like really buying stuff when it opens up at such high RSIs. But this thing did a pretty decent job of getting some nice follow through. And here it's doing a really good job of consolidating. So if it came back and tested like 248, I might take take a shot at some weeklies if they're not too overpriced. But I don't know. It's not the biggest, no FOMO on stuff like this. There'll be other opportunities. There's plenty of stuff setting up really nicely. Crowd looks fine to me. We've talked about that one. Pulling back to that breakout range is just fine. It's classic breakout. It's a good point to add even more to the swings. Taking some blood on a swing is fine. You don't want to overreact to any intraday price action on these swing ideas. So hood looks kind of interesting here for a intraday dip. Is still defending the 65-minute. If the 4-hour doesn't look awful here, so the 4-hour looks great here. Really nice structure. You got a megaphone set up forming here, which is pretty bullish. So yeah, looks pretty good. Pretty good from here. I'll check one more time for any comments on the streams. I don't see any. So we'll probably call it a day there, guys. Pretty good day. Taking it slow. Not overreacting. Don't overtrade. Tesla still looks fine. It's doing its best to try and defend this. If it can close the day above 440, it looks amazing. Still. Looks completely fine on longer time frames. No reason to overreact to the intraday price action here. You're still clearly in this area of consolidation near the all-time highs. Like, wow, looks so good. I mean, look at that weekly candle. Looks like a hammer almost. Looks fine. Just fine. That's a nice bullish candle on the weekly. So and there's supposed to be some optimist stuff in early November, which is why I got some of the swings. And it's my number one share position as well. I should probably mention that. Even though I always mention that. I wish I still held my crowd. We bought crowd when it shut down the whole world. Down here, we actually bought at like 280, and then we bought more at like 230, and then we just held it. And that I wish I would have held through all of this, honestly, all this noise. Because I mean, right now this name looks amazing. It looks like you're gonna get a great follow through from here. Some more incredible highs. I kind of want to hang around and see if there's a few more trades that pull up since we had a slower morning. But honestly, I feel like if I do that, I'm going to be tempting myself to force stuff rather than letting the setups come to me. And so I think I'm just going to chill here. We made some money. We hit some plays. NEM still looks really great here. And I'll be looking for a continuation. How is this doing right here? Looks just fine. So, yep. I might even go take a nap. I'm sleepy. Let this market rest for a little bit while I got. Maybe go get an early lunch or something and try and wake up. All right. Have a good one. God bless. Keep your head on straight. And manage risk. Because we're still in a tough spot for the market overall. Even though some of these names have great setups, it's still a tricky spot. And I guess it's worth mentioning, like stuff like Oklo, I wouldn't FOMO into these dips too hard, because stuff like this looks like it wants another leg down. That's why I have an alert here at like 129 to see if we can come all the way back to like 80. And I'm not super confident this stuff will even come back at all in the short term. You know, I think these quantum names are also at huge risk. Like they're way risk. They probably all want another leg down as well. So careful chasing some of these. You know, QUBT, QBTS are my two favorite shorts. You know, that headline, they got this massive move off that headline, but that headline was already walked back. So careful, with stuff like this. I don't even know if you can like get anything for selling these. They're so trash. There is actually call skew in QBTS. Really? Really? Okay. Not gonna lie, you could probably actually buy puts and this would work when they typically don't. I hate this. I don't know if I've got enough swings open to cover my ass if we get a plunge, though. No, I've actually got pretty good portfolio construction. I could add this. $33. Man, that's where it's getting denial, is right at the 618 too. Well, this is actually really tempting short. What's probably best here is to sell into this call skew, because you could sell like the November 21st 40 calls for $3, for over $3, which is pretty good risk reward. You could literally like sell a call and use that to buy your put. I mean, obviously, there's some asymmetrical risk with that. I think I'll just let it sit. I might be missing a nice opportunity. I don't hate the idea though, at all. It looks like it could actually work. And typically, those don't look like actually good shorts from option side, unless you're doing like a fly or something. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm getting sleepy. Have a good one, guys. Okay, if you got any questions, just let me know. Send me a DM. Go subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be putting out a full report on metals and miners later today. Okay, that's all I got. Give the stream a like if you made some money on the spy short, or if you like the crowd or Tesla ideas, or if you watched our pre-market prep and you did like the AMD and you took it. If you're making money on NEM with me, or if you're making some money on Clove with me, leave a like. Helps a lot. Maybe share the stream. Helps us grow. And the more we grow and the more likes I get, the more I'll do these live streams. All right? God bless. Have a great one.